All right, it's Saturday, just about sunset. Actually, that ship has sailed. This sun is just about done. I was able to make it over to the post office, and I had to pick up my books because my new mail personnel, they don't leave mailers at my door. They send them back to the post office. In a couple of cases, things have even gone back to the seller. So I'm glad that I was able to sort that out. But this solution of me not buying comics is going to be rough. But fortunately, I did get an A-OK from Black Box Comics left at my door, which is really nice. So maybe it's been resolved. This one was actually lost. So they were able to track it down. So I've been trying to track down little odds and ends of one of my favorite artists, Kelly Jones. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a pile of books here that I want to slide. And this one particular title of his has always interested me. This character has a very unusual look. Sorry, I bought these from Cyberspace Comics. They send them the way they send them, but the price is right. So this is The Hammer by Kelly Jones. It's a case of Kelly Jones doing everything. You know, he wrote this, he drew it, he inked it. I don't know if he lettered it, but this is a 4-book mini from '97, not that long ago. This character is supposed to be pretty far out. I'm looking forward to reading these. I guess I may as well read them while they're not in bag and boards, right? Perfect timing. It's book 2. There's book 3. And it says there's 4 of them, but I guess I'm maybe missing the 4th. But this is also a part of the same lot. But this is Kelly Jones, The Hammer, The Outsider. Cyberspace Comics, they take offers, but they won't accept an offer that's any more than 10% off. So I've learned just to move things along. If it's a $10 lot, offer them $9. Otherwise, you have to wait a day to hear back from them, countering $9. Yeah, so I'm missing a book on that first mini. That's fine. They didn't say it was complete. But this is The Hammer Outsider 1. I just recently got this one, and I liked it so much I wanted to get more of them. They all have this Edge of Oblivion on the back of them. Let's see how that ties into the character. Book 1 of The Outsider. Ooh, cool. Book 2. Book 3. And I will track down another book. This I just threw in. I spent the last 2 weeks working on a Riggs Valiant video for Manawar, and I was trying to complete the run. This book got... Oh, wait a second. Maybe my last Outsider book is behind the XO. I hope so, man. I'd love to complete it. So I was trying to complete this 90s Valiant XO Manawar run, but this second, or actually like third to the last issue, this is issue 65, it went up to 68. It got lost, so I just wound up learning how to do some editing and incorporating like screen caps into the video to show the run. And then for all my effort, I wound up forgetting the Wizard issue 1/2, or it got edited out. These are comics, man. These are floppy comics. Cyberspace, they make sure that you remember. This is what they feel like when they're on their own. Yes. So XO Manawar 65 in the house. It ended on issue 68. So I guess this is the fourth to the last issue, but I needed it. And then I didn't end up using it, but I have it now. All right. Yes. Whew. This is a good one. Kelly Jones, The Hammer 404. I'm glad to have that one. See, I wouldn't have been able to have found this in the wild. I'm glad it was included. And here's, may as well take it out of that, right? It's not doing it any good. This is The Hammer, Uncle Alex. Okay. Here's just a little bundle I bought in between hauls. So there's an extra copy of The Outsider. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. This is just a nice Batman Adventures 9 I don't think I had. I don't think I'll ever complete that run unless you count the reprint Batman Adventures 12 I had. I've had Batman Adventures 12 several times over the course of my comic collecting career, and I've never managed to hold on to one. So I have a reprint. That's fine by me. And I think I saw Black Box, Silver, and Bronze share these Sam Keith Cadillac and Dinosaurs cover. He participates in tag videos, and one of them was dinosaur covers, and he was showing these Cadillac and Dinosaurs Sam Keith covers. I kind of have a soft spot for Topps comics, and I like those dinosaurs too. I also got some XO Manawar from Lone Star. Like I said, I was just trying to complete the collection, and then I wound up not needing to, but hey, they're great comics and I wanted them anyway. It's just I didn't end up using them what I thought I had purposed them for. Here's 53. $54. I think some of the print runs on these later issues were around 17,000 or so. So not a lot. 56. And Lone Star, they had all of these for around $2. This is a VG issue 57. I like this. I like this woman's hair. 58. $59. $60. And $62. And as long as I was on Lone Star, I thought I'd go ahead and complete something else, and I believe this is the issue I need. I bought a lot of these off of Dustin Davis Comic Finds out of Tennessee. I think he sold me some of these about 2 years ago. but I don't know if he sold me issue 2. I didn't recognize this one. It might be the other one. I might have needed issue 3. So I gotta look. Went to my LCS, hung out with Funky for about 10 minutes. Something is Killing the Children 21. I get to pick up on where I left off with this. I've officially given up on House of Slaughter for now. And then McKinley Comics, Richard McKinley shows like issue 6, and it's gonna be all about the Scarlet masks. And I was like, darn. At least it's a new little direction, maybe. Not really new direction. They're just talking about a different faction, but maybe I could jump on board because I stopped collecting the other Slaughter, the one that came out several months ago. I stopped collecting that around issue 2. Here's Something is Killing the Children. First and foremost, Erica Slaughter, 22. I thought I bought 2 of these, but I guess I only bought 1. This is officially my cover of the year. You know, it's funny. When I first started collecting Prolo, I would go through the bins. This is Vampirella Strikes, Volume 2, from Dynamite, not Harris. But when I was looking for the Prolo covers, I would come across the Michael Turner, the original cover that this was inspired by, the Volume 1 Vampirella Strikes, and I never bought it. Passed on it for 5, probably passed on it for 3. I just wanted a Prolo. And now that I have this beautiful Prolo inspired by that Michael Turner, I kind of want a Michael Turner, and that one's $20 now. But I love how they've kind of taken a liking to just putting a little bit of the highlighting on the bridge and tip of her nose. I've seen a couple other artists have sort of taken that cue that it looks very cute, and it does. Just kind of peeking through her bangs, a little slice of lighting. I love it. This is either the Warren Lau or... Yeah, I'm going to go with Lau. I thought it might have been Ben Oliver, but Ben Oliver's... his paints are a lot softer. This might be Warren Lau. I got a package in the mail. Hopefully it'll last 2 for a while, and I hope I get them. One from, I think, the Comic Mint. I ordered the Will Jack Poison Ivy covers. I might just share those on Instagram. I don't really think I can get a whole video out of them. And then I found a seller that had the Neil Gaiman original Black Orchid miniseries. Has anyone ever heard of a DC book from the 90s called, I think, Midnight? It was like a 3-issue mini. He's throwing that in because he was away on vacation, and I bought it. He accepted the offer, and then he told me he won't be back. He's out of town for 3 weeks. So he threw in a couple more books. I mean, that's fine. Was in no hurry. I just really want to read those Black Orchids. Some Mahfood Girl Scouts. I think I missed out on book 4. Because I have 1, 2, 3. No, I have 5 and 6. I got to track down a 4. No problemo. I'm sure I'll find one. Okay. This is actually the other new comic day, and I think he sold me this bag and board, because when they ring you up, they put your comics in bag and boards, and then they charge you for them. So I think I wound up paying 25 cents for this set right here. The bag, the board, and the book of Judgment Day. I recognize Dennis Dugan's name on that. I'm not familiar with the others. And I was watching, like I was saying, I was watching McKinley. I hope his dad gets better. His dad came down with the, he's sick from the coronavirus, I guess, or whatever variant we're on with now. But speedy recovery to David McKinley. Seems like a really nice guy. I was watching McKinley's video, and he showed this cover, and I said, dude, cover of the week, cover of the week. And I think he wound up going with something else. But this thing right here, this is the frizz of the year for me. I want more copies of this because this is so pretty. I love the cover. What color would you have her sign this in? I don't even know. Maybe she doesn't sign this one. Maybe you just hand it to her and she hands it back to you so you can say, it's not signed, but it was handled by the Frizz. This copy. Frizz handled. I missed out on the Mike Perkins cover for this. No, I don't think there was a Perkins. I think there was a Matina, but I got the Francavilla. Is this the card stock? Yeah, it's the $5 cover. It's got that Toddlebin, Stephen Bissett. The way they laid down the inks, a lot of horizontal lines with just the texture determined by how much pressure they were at that point. It's a really old style of inking. It's almost like what they use on Currency. But I was fine with this cover. And as Comic Crypt of Castle Hills would point out, it's got that seal of quality. Frankly, yeah. Just a couple more books. I asked my boy Mark Funky if he had any authority to negotiate on books. So it was real coy, like Alyssa in Chasing Amy when she was asking about the wall art at the diner. You know, just like, are you of authority to negotiate on fine art? And he came down $8 on these. I don't want to tell you what I paid for them because I overpaid, but I was supporting the only shop that I haven't stopped going to. But this is Curse of Spawn 9 and 10. I was able to talk him down based on the premise that Angela is no longer canon Image Comics. She's now Thoris Prima, and I think she's still a Spawn Slayer in these books, but I just wanted them. I don't really collect Curse of Spawn. These are what, Turner? The other Turner? But we actually have Capullo and Toddy Mack working on this one. I just liked it. I thought I might as well get 9 and 10. Finally, I got this little lot here. Mainly, I'll show you the last book. The main reason I got this lot, they just kind of look like old style, kind of aerosol books. Made me think of my my brother, also from California. I'm glad to hear that he's feeling better. He also got ill recently, Omicron or something like that. I don't know, but we're still talking about maybe getting together next month briefly and hanging out at a shop. These aren't aerosol books, but they made me think of Big Elbow, so I went ahead and bought the lot, namely for this last book. But from Caliber Comics, we have Tin Man, Elysium, issue 1, This one's signed. I think they're mostly black and white books. I went over 20 minutes. I'm going to try to wrap it up. Thank you if you're still with me. This one looked good. Magnum Opus. These are by people who just want to make books, because this one right here, I noticed in particular, it wasn't trimmed when the book was made, and they shut it. They were printing these out. They didn't even slice off the extra when the binding meets, and there's actually an overage right there. They left it. So this just told me whoever made this book was making it strictly for the pleasure of making comics. They wanted to tell some fantasy stories, and they wanted $3 for their effort, which is probably $2 more than, or $175 more than Marvel was asking at the time. But I saw this thing and I was like, man, this was a labor of love. These people didn't make any money off of this. They just wanted to do some books. Rick Buckley, Golden Warrior. That looks kind of good. ID Comics. I'm just going to see real quick if this is color or black and white. Oh, surprisingly, it's in color. Really nice color, too, like watercolor, airbrushing. Okay, so they were promoting a design company, Banson Design, in 1997. So it sounds like they had a coloring studio that was promoting themselves through this book. I actually recently was pricing these. Ralph Bakshi's Cool World. I know that Comic Cryptic Castle Hills shares a fondness for some Cool World. But here's issue 1. I think there was 2 miniseries. One might have been 2 issues, one might have been 4. But this is from the one that had 4. And lastly, this is Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai by Oni Press. And I wanted a nicer copy of this, and I still want a nicer copy of this, but this is not bad, considering that whole lot was like 15 shipped. People try to get a lot of money for this. For whatever reason, this is from the 1999 Jim Jarmusch film starring Forrest Whitaker. I love this movie. I've seen it 90 times, no kidding. Very good picture, and it's just a little black and white comic. There's one on eBay signed by Forrest Whitaker, slabbed at like a 9 point whatever, and the seller wants $1,000. But that's probably just because it's Forrest Whitaker. And this book is hard to find in good grade. But that'll do it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I got that Riggs Valiant scheduled. I'm working on a painting. Check out these colors I got at Target. These little acrylic colors were only $1.75 a tube, or a little jug. And I needed a lot of yellows and blues. And I was able to stock up. And I didn't go to Michael's or anything. I didn't go to Joann's. I went to a Target. And they had nice colors. Like, surprisingly nice. I don't know how good they are. I haven't tried them. But I like the convenience. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.